If you're not cross-posting your content, you're basically driving with the parking brake still on. You need to be working smarter, not harder, right? If you're already creating the content, why not use it in the most efficient way possible? Now, yes, some content should only be on one specific platform, but a lot of content could be reused and you could cast a wider net. Your dream audience is already out there, but by limiting yourself to one platform or taking time to make a specific video for each platform every single time, you're essentially hiding from that audience. And we're here to put a stop to that. A lot of my TikToks I repost on YouTube Shorts, and when I first started out, the YouTube Shorts were actually yielding better results. Now TikTok is, and there was a brief period where Instagram Reels were getting better engagement, but I would have never known that if I wasn't reposting on all platforms. And yes, I still do make platform specific content, but cross posting has made my life a lot easier and made my goals a lot more attainable. Now, first, we're going to talk about what not to do because you do not want to be a clown that just lazily copy and pastes everything everywhere. People are going to see that, they're going to see the laziness, they're going to see the sloppiness, and you're not going to get where you want to be. So let's take the clown nose off and let's talk about how to do it seriously, strategically, and effectively. Now, when you have a piece of content and you're going to cross post it, you're going to change your wording on each platform to be optimized for that platform. So you're going to look at successful Facebook posts, Instagram posts, YouTube shorts, TikToks of your same niche or your same content type, and you're going to try to make your wording similar to theirs. Remember, you could get your inspiration from them, but still have your own original ideas. And that's where you really succeed because each app has a different algorithm, each app has a different agenda, and each app has a different consumer base. So just be mindful of that. Don't just do it lazily, do it with intention. Now, one of the things that'll make you look really lazy is having your TikTok watermark in a YouTube short or Instagram reel. Now, when I first started making content, and if you look at my earlier content, there are watermarks from other platforms because I made it on one platform and then reposted it without getting rid of the watermark. So now on TikTok, when I download a video, I make sure to do it without a watermark and I repost it somewhere else because I used to think that was great. I used to think, oh, I could promote my TikTok on Instagram or YouTube. But in reality, all I'm doing is getting my content flagged for being unoriginal because the algorithm or the AI checks the watermark, right? And it also looks sloppy, copy and paste. So I either download it without the watermark or I make the entire piece of content from like a editing app like CapCut. So each app has different dimensions. You know, like when you go on TikTok, it has your profile picture in one corner, and then it has like the like button and everything. And then YouTube has it differently, and then Instagram has it differently. So you want to make sure that your video can accommodate that. So it can accommodate the different like cutoffs, the different shapes, right? Because it might be great on Instagram, but on YouTube, there's like an icon right in your face or right in the most important part of your video that you're trying to highlight. So just be mindful of that. And sometimes it has to do with the timing. Now, a video that does well as a 60-second or longer video on TikTok might only do well as a 30-second video on Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts. In fact, YouTube prioritizes shorter videos, whereas TikTok has started to shift towards longer videos. So sometimes not every post can be cross-posted like as easily. So you do need to do some editing there. But that's still better than making fresh content from scratch every time for every app. And as we all know, different apps mean different rules, and the terms of service on one app could be completely different. So you need to make sure what you're posting on YouTube Shorts is okay with what's on TikTok if you're going to cross post. If not, keep it specific to one app. Like I know YouTube is more lenient in certain ways than TikTok is, and then TikTok has some ways where it's more lenient than YouTube is. And that's just the way it is. Instagram and Facebook, whole different ballpark. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes it could be as simple as the music, right? Like the song that I used for my overlay might be okay with the TikTok copyright, but not okay with YouTube and Instagram. So I might just post a different song. I usually use the song that's in the app, like, when you go add the sound, I usually click that one. That way I don't have to worry about it because I got it from Instagram or I got it from YouTube directly, and I'm not worrying about copyright issues. Another real good point is multi-streaming. Now, I consider multi-streaming to be another form of cross-posting. So yeah, cross-posting does not have to just be for short-form content. It can be for live streaming because when I'm streaming on Twitch, a lot of times I'm also multi-streaming on YouTube or Kick, helping me grow my audience there. And once you get fully monetized in all three, like I'm currently working towards, you have three streams of income for the same amount of effort. Again, you have to be aware of the terms of service for all platforms that you're live streaming on, right? So just make sure you know those thoroughly. Make sure you don't do anything to get in trouble with either platform. And keep in mind, you're working smarter, and it's going to seem a lot less daunting when you're doing something like that. And there are apps or platforms or even an additional monitor can help you look at the different chats from each app so you're not ignoring one chat or the other. Now, I hope you learned something from this video, and I just want to be very clear. I don't think this is a comprehensive list of information of everything you need to know about content creation or cross-posting. I'm just sharing what I think is important. I believe there are other creators on here that you should also check out. And remember, information should not be limited to one person. So share my videos out to other people. If you like what I had to say, please consider subscribing. And yeah, thank you so much for your time. If there's a specific app that you're trying to focus on, I do know how to grow on TikTok. I made a video on how to get your first 10,000. If you're still working on YouTube, I have a video on how to get your first 1,000 subscribers. So check those out as well. And if my content was helpful to you in any way, shape, or form, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything that I could have done better, I would like to know that in the comments as well. Have a good one, guys.